Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn is a 2020 DC movie that is sort of like a sequel, prequel, or sort of like a spin-off to the 2016 Suicide Squad, but more focused on the character of Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, and a team comprised of Black Canary, the Huntress Renee Montoya, forming the Birds of Prey. So coming hot off the heels of David Ayer's Suicide Squad that received mostly negative reviews, the creators at DC Comic Universe decided it will be best to focus on that best part of that movie, and that is Harley Quinn's character. There was a lot of hype when it was announced that Harley Quinn will be getting her own movie, and fast forward a few years later and here we are with the movie Birds of Prey. This movie, even though it's called a Birds of Prey movie, is rather a movie focused solely on Harley Quinn's character. Of course, we do get a little to some amounts of characterization for the other Birds of Prey characters, but it still doesn't give enough justification for this movie to be called a Birds of Prey movie. Those of you who have read the comics would know what I'm talking about. In fact, the team up of the characters happened way towards the end of the movie, and I think the creators could have just called this movie a Harley Quinn movie rather than a Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad, even though had an interesting premise, didn't work quite as well as a movie. The movie lacked proper humor and execution was pretty bland. So with this movie, the creators decided to change all that and introduce Harley's character with loads of humor, fun, and exciting action that is well executed to capture viewers' attention. For most part, it works and at times it doesn't. I'll get to that part in a bit, so let's talk about the story. The story is about Harley Quinn's character who has recently broken up with Joker and is pretty bitter about it. One day she gets pretty drunk at a club owned by a crime lord, Roman Sionis, aka the Black Mask, and beats up his driver, causing him to get angry at her. At around that same time, a young pickpocket named Cassandra Cain manages to steal a valuable diamond belonging to the Black Mask and by chance ends up meeting Harley Quinn and the rest of the Birds of Prey team. So now they must protect this young girl from being hunted down by the Black Mask and his goons. The story is pretty basic. The story plot has been overused many times in lots of films, and I feel like the creators of this movie could have come up with a much better plot and storyline. I get that creators were trying to focus more on the action and special effects, but the story could have used a little more polish. The part where the movie really shines is in the humor. This movie is hilarious. There are parts in this movie that have good laugh out loud moments and some good action scenes that is both exciting and funny to watch. This movie is pretty light-hearted for most parts and at times can get a bit serious. All the characters add a decent amount of laugh to the movie. For those wondering, since this is a DC comic book movie revolving around the DC villains, do we get to see Batman? No, we don't. He doesn't make an appearance in the movie like he did in the Suicide Squad. We don't even get a mention of him. It's like the creators were just set on making a funny movie centering on Harley's character and they did just that. Whatever your gripes are with Suicide Squad movie, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is pretty amazing in this movie. She plays the character like she owns it. She sells you this character with the right amount of quirkiness and sadistic humor that only Harley Quinn is known for. I'm not sure if any other character could have played this character much better than her. She nails this character as she brings a lot of charisma to the screen. It's a delight to watch her kick ass and wreak havoc on screen. Other characters also do an amazing job. Jurnee Smollett-Bell as the Black Canary is a delight to watch. She teams up much earlier with Harley Quinn in the movie. She portrays her character pretty well and shows a lot of emotions on screen. We also get to see Rosie Perez play Renee Montoya, an alcoholic detective hell-bent on solving a case, and also see Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the Huntress, who in my opinion had the best story arc in this movie. I would have liked to see the creators explore her story a bit more further, and it's a shame that they didn't. I think they could have added a lot more to the basic storyline of this movie. Ewan McGregor plays the baddie, the Black Mask. He does a pretty good job at the start of the movie, and towards the end of the movie, his bad guy character gets so comedic and comical to the point of being taken very seriously. I mean, Black Mask is a serious character in DC Comic Universe, and they make him out to be this top comical shit show, which I get considering the tone of the movie, but I feel the creators have done a pretty bad job. It's a crying shame too, because Ewan McGregor is an amazing actor and he could have done a decent enough job with the character if the writing was not so bad. Coming to the cinematography, This movie is insane. The visuals of this movie will blow your mind. It will definitely capture your attention with bright color palette in the movie uses. Bright reds, pinks, greens and neon colored explosions and visuals add to every scene in an attractive way. It is easily the best part of this movie. The colors pop and shine throughout. The action sequences are over the top and the stunt work in this movie is outstanding. So many sequences in this movie are well executed and fun. The car chases to explosions to fistfights, everything is very stylistic and has loads of fun. Many action scenes are very over the top and funny, and combine that with the oddball of characters in this movie and you got yourself a good combination of comedy and action. There are some quieter and heartfelt moments in between to give you a breather, but for most part this movie is an exhilarating ride. Coming to the verdict, I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. The movie does many things right. Amazing performance by Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. The story and plot is funny and exciting enough to keep the viewers hooked. The premise is pretty basic. Loads of over-the-top action and stunt work is a delight to watch, and lots of good comedic moments in this movie that never gets old give this movie a multiple viewability factor. Although this movie could have used more characterization and just a much better plot, a few unexplored character side stories seem like a much wasted opportunity. Otherwise, it's an overall good movie that will definitely stand out for being one among the better DC movies made in recent years. If you enjoyed watching this review, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. If you want to be notified whenever a new video is up, please hit the notification bell icon to stay notified. That's it for the end of this video. Stay safe and stay awesome, you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.